Let me tell you about a new way of education that we just launched today. I was contacted a while ago from a representative from Swedish municipalities where we have environmental inspectors, and they run many different types of environmental matters, where noise complaints is one of them. And they have a very diverse background. Some of them are fresh and have very little experience, and some of them have been working for a very long time and have lots of experience. So they want to educate themselves and learn more about noise and noise control and noise matters and acoustics. So how can we prepare a course that can be useful to such a diverse spectrum of students, in this case the environmental inspectors? So I had this idea that we have now launched, and the thing is, when you're doing education as a teacher, I would think that the most challenging thing, the biggest problem, is to make sure that your lectures are relevant, so that you solve an actual problem that the recipient needs help with. And the traditional way of doing education is that I, in this case, as a teacher, will make a qualified guess about what I think that they will need, and it's quite obvious that it'll only parts of it will hit the target. It's very hard to guess what someone else needs. So, and the other problem that I see is that if you do these kinds of lectures, we gather let's say we gather 40 inspectors and we do a half-day workshop class education. I mean, that sounds to me like the typical traditional way of doing it, but I don't like that approach. I think it's a waste of resources, because if someone out there is having a challenge with noise in their work and need help with it, I guarantee you that there are others out there having the same problem. So here's the idea. We did a workshop today, a blank slate, but everyone had gotten time well in advance to prepare some questions. And then we met up. We did this workshop, separated the inspectors in different groups where they discussed and presented, and they put post-it notes on a big whiteboard. Here's our questions that we are struggling with. And each of the groups did the same thing, and then we gathered back into a big room and went through all these questions. So this generated some overlap, because several questions came up many times, of course, and that indicates that this is an important question that needs to be considered. And what I will do now is I will gather these post-it notes, collect them, generate a list of questions, and then my plan is to record short videos, like these Q&A videos that I've been doing for a while, and respond to these questions in the format of a little 5-minute video or something like that. Depending on the question, it can be shorter or longer. But anyways, a list of questions with a corresponding video with an answer. And this way, those who have simple questions can look at those that are relevant to them, and those who want to go for the more advanced stuff can click on their video replies to these questions. And the best thing is scalability, because now when I publish these videos, I don't want to publish them in a closed forum. I want to get them online. I want to put them on my YouTube channel. So the other environmental inspectors around Sweden who are struggling with these same questions might find these videos helpful too. And that is sustainable education. That is very important, because I don't want to go into a classroom and do the same lecture over and over and over again. That is a waste of my time. I want to do more videos instead. That's a lot more fun, and I think I can create a lot more value. And we have to use modern technology. We just scratched the surface. There's so much potential in the digital age on how we can scale education and create a more sustainable approach with regards to education. And anyways, these videos that I will prepare now, they will be held in Swedish, of course, because this is a Swedish client of mine who have ordered this education. So you might, the international followers might have a little bit harder time to tag around with this. But once the videos are created, I might create English versions of them as well, perhaps. Further down the line, we'll see. But I'm gonna do some Swedish videos now for a while. So what do you think about this way of education? Are we on to something here? Because this, I look at it at a system, like we do a workshop, gather questions, teacher goes home, records videos, put up short snippet videos with short answers. Then we have another workshop. Hey guys, did you get the answer that you were seeking? Has this video helped you out? Yeah, that part and that part I got, but now this raised these other questions, and then perhaps we can generate a second list of even more questions. Because when you start to get traction, when you start to learn things about the topic, hopefully, if I as a teacher do a good job, you will have more questions afterwards than when you came there. Because the more you know about something, the easier it is to ask further questions. And then we get a process started. Because this is not a one-time fix-all thing we do. We have to do something like this several times, preferably, as a process over time. And I think this could be an excellent system of doing education. And it's not just for acoustics. You could probably use this approach in just about any field, as long as you are willing to share your knowledge with the world, which I think is a great thing, because you can't really go poor and broke by sharing education and knowledge. That's quite the opposite. The rising tide lifts all boats. What do you think about that? I'd love to have some feedback, and if you have some tips, input, I'll be glad to hear it. And in today's video, I'm actually wearing, to celebrate the occasion, a suit. So it's a 3-piece suit without the vest and without the tie. So super spread shirt. Even got some cufflinks out today. Silver ones, monkey fists. Little lapel flower with blue picks up the shirt in a good way, with some green picks up in the eyes. And then we have this nice casual three-piece suit. Pants, brown, belt, watch, goes very well together. Pick it up once again in the pocket square. Same color here, beige, lighter tone of the darker brownish color here, and some orange is also a great match with these colors. And then a pair of dark blue socks to finish it off. And it's just it's a similar thing to when you wear a suit, when you wear a tie, you get, at least I do, I get more productive. And when I wear a suit, I get even more productive. So that's this is my work uniform. See ya.